Hey, this is Chu here with Electro Southeast, and today we're going to show you how to reassemble your SLX ice cream machine after cleaning. Let's check it out. Alright, so let's start putting our machine together. So we're going to start with the cylinder, and we're going to explain the parts as to go through so you have an understanding of what we're putting together as we're putting it together with me. Alright, so the cylinder, we're going to start with basically the rule of 5. Electric freeze machines generally have 5 parts within the cylinder, and it consists of your beater. The job of this is to hold everything together while it's spinning inside. Your 2 blades, 2 and 3. These are what scrapes the ice cream and falls it while it's freezing. Number 4, this is your breaker bar. It's shaped a little oblong so that when it's spinning inside with your product, the air will be whipped into your mix as it blends and freezes. And your final part, this is your rear seal. The rear seal, what it does is it kisses the back of the machine wall on the whole inside so that it will seal when it's spinning, so mix won't go out the back. If this goes bad, we have a video talking about it, but generally you're going to see mix come out the tube here, and you can determine which side's leaking by the flavor coming out. Alright, so let's get started. 1, this is your auger. I like to start from the rear and work my way to the front and put it in. So 1, and then you need lubricant. 2. A lot of people make a mistake of putting lubricant all over this part where you do not need it. All you need is to put your lubricant about that much, and that is where your rear seal will sit. If you do this, I like to put it down like this and spin it to spread the lubricant around. If you do it correctly, that means it will not drop. That means you have enough lubricant on there on the seal. 2 parts on, we're gonna go 3 and 4. This is 3. And 4 and 5 will do this. But generally, when you put it in, no matter what you do, it should drop down to the bottom position because of the way it's shaped. So we got 3, now we're gonna put 4 and 5, which are your blades. During this time is a good time to check your blades before you put them in. A perfect blade will have 4 edges, and these are sharp. You're looking for a wear line down these 2 edges, and once you get about a 2 millimeter-ish line forming, it's worn, and we recommend placing them. Electro freeze blades usually we get about 6 months, so semi-annually, we recommend them changed. So we're gonna go ahead and put it on. You can put it on this way or this way, but never put it that way. If you ever forget, there's a little picture here that shows you what side and what not to do. But if you do, go ahead and put it in a flat side up. Hold it, turn it around, slip into the cylinder like this. Go ahead and put on your 5th part, which is your blade. Right on top, slip it in, turn it until it clicks in. Great, we're gonna repeat that for the other side. Alrighty, at this point we have everything assembled and put into the cylinder. Remember, everything should be the same deepness so that everything will go on one way, okay? If something's sticking out a little too much or something going on, recheck your assembly before putting everything together. One really good tip here is if your rear seals are nice and bouncy, a good thing to do is to press the center of this with your thumb. If you get a nice little bounce, that lets me know that on the back of the wall that the rear seal is touching it. If you're pushing it, it's solid, no movement, make sure your rear seal's inside and they didn't forget it, and make sure they're not so flattened that they're no longer doing the job. All right, from this part on, we got an assembly of the cylinders together. We're gonna start with the door assembly now. This is your door, your extraction door. This is basically where the handles will go, unless your product come out the bottom. So we're gonna start by putting all the O-rings on there because we took them off to clean them. So we're gonna start with these two right here. These are your cylinder door seals. The job of this seal is to fit right here. Put it on, I put one thumb on here and I run around and it pops right into place like that. So the job of this, once it's in place, is it seals between the cylinder, the wall, and the back of the door. If you get leakage behind here, and it's not coming from your spouts, it is a good time to go ahead and check your O-rings to make sure they're not torn or damaged, causing the leakage. All right, so from here we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go with your plungers. With your plungers, you're gonna notice that one of them is not like the other. These two only have a bottom and top O-ring, and this one has 4. That keeps the left and the right flavors from mixing. You can mix these up however you want, but always make sure the one with 4 O-rings goes in the center. If you do it wrong, what's gonna happen is you get leaked through flavors, and your vanilla will have chocolate, your chocolate will have vanilla in it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put the O-rings on here. The thing about these O-rings is they're all the same, so I could put them all on here. I just need 8 of them, but we're good to go. Around this time is a good time to check your O-rings for any cuts or damage and throw them out and replace them so you don't get leakage when you're running. Okay. Right. And if you do have trouble getting your O-rings on, there is a little hook tool that we provide that lets you get your O-rings dragged into positions that if you have trouble doing it with your hands. Alrighty, we have our O-rings in, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna lubricate them before we slide them in. Anything with a rubber O-ring or seal usually will need lubricant. If you're doubtful of how much lubricant to use, always go a little extra rather than a little less, because if you have to do all this again, you have to take everything back out. So I might as well do it on the first shot if you can. So we're gonna lubricate the side O-rings first. What you're feeling for when you insert it is that it's tight when it slides. If it's too loose going in, replace the O-ring because you may experience leakage, even with the lubrication. There we go. That's good. And up. And do that with these. And make sure on the last one that these 4 are all good and the 4 O-rings go in the center. Back. Alrighty, now everything is in here. You have 2 options. You can put the handles on now, or you can put it on later. We're gonna go ahead and put the door on first, and then we're gonna put on the handles, all right? So to put on the door, there's a lot of alignment going on, but luckily everything likes to work with us. Gravity will pull the centers down so that they'll fit in the wings here to hold it in place. The really tricky part of this is really just aligning the 4 bowls with the 4 nubs. And then what you do is you line it up, give it a little shake, and everything should kind of stick out enough to catch your head bowl. right here. So what I like to do is I like to put corner, and you don't be afraid to press these in. Alright, once you get the 4 head bolts on, what you're going to do is you're going to go cross pattern to make sure everything is evenly pressed in. So you would just do this and cross until the entire door is in. All right, once the door lugs are tight, you shouldn't need any pulls to get to that point. You should just turn and hit a wall and everything should be good. From here, we're gonna go ahead and put on our handles. And so you have your pin that goes through here and folds your handles in place. And you have 3 handles, these 3. And just like your plungers, one of these are not like the other. There's a very subtle difference in height, but you're gonna see that 2 are the short ones and 1 is a long one that goes into center. So to get them in, all you gotta do is make sure that these holes are facing towards you because that's where the handles go in. Press them down, put it in, press it down, put it in, press it down. From there, you're going to take your door pin that holds everything in place, so you just slide it in line and push it through. Once you're good, everything should be up. And then just like that. From there, we're going to go ahead and put it in these pins. These pins are all the same, so you could switch them around and they're all going to work. What you do is you put the round in the hole up top, and then you drop the bottom of the pin into the notch where it's supposed to go. They only fit one way. So hold, up, drop, hold, up, drop, hold in, up, and drop. And there you have it. Your door acceptance is complete. We're just gonna put our nozzle serrated stars to make them look nice when they come out on each flavor. 1, 2, and 3. All right, and to replace these, when they start falling off or they're really loose when you serve and they pop off, just toss them to order new ones, all right? Another of the cylinder, we're gonna deal with the hopper here, all right? The hopper is where your mix goes in and where your air meters tell how much air mix are mixed in as it goes through. The only thing that goes up in the top here are your lids when you're done and your air tube, which is going to be assembled right here, okay? Your air tubes are 3 pieces and 2 O-rings, okay? So how we're going to put it together is we're going to make sure we're going to have the holes on the bottom and the big thick lip on top. And what you do is you line up this line with the thick arrow right here with the hole towards you. So all you gotta do is slip it in like that, and you're gonna see you get your adjustments to 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this is all your adjustment here, okay? Then you're gonna put the air part inside the top of the tube, and from there, all you gotta do is put the 2 O-rings that go on this right here, all right? And as all things we've done, anything with the O-ring will need lubricant on it. So go ahead and slide that in. If you have trouble, go ahead and use the tool to hook it over and drop your O-ring where it needs to be. And just like the other O-rings, lubricate. Alrighty. Put that up here for now. I'm gonna do that with the second guy here. So same thing, hole, line, together. Up on the first hole for now. gonna put this guy in there, and then the two O-rings. Alrighty, and then you're going to put our lids up top, and there we go. Alrighty guys, now that the machine is lubricated and properly assembled, we can move on to the next step of how to sanitize it, how to prime it, and get your machine to make ice cream. See you in the next video.